Hello and welcome to Cosmix Responsive Multipurpose WordPress Theme. This is video 1, how to install and activate Cosmix. Alright, at this point I assume that you've already installed WordPress on your server. But before we get started uploading Cosmix theme, you need to make sure that your server configuration meets the minimum required settings for running and maintaining a WordPress website. Otherwise, you are going to run into some issues in future, not only for installing any WordPress themes, but also for importing demo contents, for installing and running plugins, and so on and so forth. So I strongly recommend that you go ahead and read this article that is published on the documentation website for the Cosmix theme. Now, you need to make sure your server configuration meets these settings mentioned in the article. You might need to contact your server provider company and ask them to guide you how to change these settings on your server, since each server has its own method of configuration. A couple of these configurations should be done in the WordPress itself. In this case, you need to put these codes in a file named wp-config.php that you can find in the root folder of your WordPress installation. You can find the link to this article in the YouTube description section below this video. Okay, now let's get started with the fun part, uploading and installing the theme. Go back to your WordPress dashboard, go to Appearance, Themes, Add New, Upload Theme, and click on the Choose File button here in the middle of the page. Find the files that you've downloaded from Theme first, unzip the main file, and open it up. Here you can see all the files that are associated with the Cosmix theme. But the cosmix.zip file is the file that we're looking for right now. So go ahead and choose it and click on the Install Now button. Once the installation is done, activate your theme. Your website is almost ready. Notice that in the middle of the page, there is a tour guide that will help you with the process of configuring your site. So let's get started by clicking on the Next button. As the first step, please click on the Save Changes button to save your options once. This will reset the options panel to get it started with your theme installation. So let's go ahead and save changes. Okay, click on the Next button. Here you can install and then activate the required and the recommended plugins for the Cosmix theme. So let's select the required ones first. Now, the recommended plugins are recommended for extending the functionality of your website. For example, if you want an online store, you are going to need the WooCommerce plugin, or maybe even the Wishlist plugin. If you want to have contact forms on your site, then you can choose the Contact Form 7 plugin. But you have to keep in mind that if you want to import a demo content, and that demo contains shop products or contact forms, and most of the Cosmix demos do contain contact forms, then you have to install and activate the WooCommerce for products and Contact Form 7 for the forms before you import the demo content. Otherwise, the content for these plugins will not get imported. Since in this video I'm going to import the main demo of the Cosmix theme and it contains contact forms, I will also choose the Contact Form 7 plugin. To install the selected plugins, click on the Bulk Actions drop-down and select Install, and then click Apply. This process might take a while, so I will fast forward the video a little bit. To activate the plugins, click on the Return to Required Plugins installer. Reselect the installed plugins. From the drop-down, select Activate and click on the Apply button. If you browse to the plugins menu of your WordPress website, you can see the list of the plugins that we just installed and activated. If at any point you change your mind and decided to add more plugins, then all you need to do is to browse back to the Appearance, Install Plugins, and repeat the process. I have decided to add the MailChimp for WordPress plugin too, since it is needed in the main demo of the Cosmix theme. So all I have to do is to click on the install link below the name of the MailChimp for WordPress plugin to install it. Click here to return back to the plugins installer and click Activate. Now that our plugins are ready, let's continue with the installation of the theme by clicking on the Next button in our tour guide. It's time to import the demo content. If in the previous step you have installed and activated the WordPress importer plugin, then all you need to do is to click on the Next button in the tour guide. If not, go back and install it. Click on the Choose File button. From the files you have downloaded from ThemeForest, go to the Essential Imports, go to the demo you wish to import, and choose the demo-content.xml file. And finally, click on the Upload File and Import. Let's assign all the imported posts to a user that already exists in this WordPress installation by clicking on these drop-downs and assigning them to a user. If you want the attachment files to be imported too, checkmark this option. But keep in mind that this option will increase the import file size significantly and it might take a while to finish importing. If you have not yet configured your server to be optimized for WordPress, by selecting to import the attachments, there is a big chance that the import might fail somewhere during its process, usually due to server timeout. So, either configure your server as said in this article or uncheck this option. And finally, click on Submit. Now, because I have chosen to import the attachment files, this process might take a while, so I'm going to pause this video and we'll come back as soon as the import process is finished. In case you have successfully imported the demo, you will see this page. If you see some errors on this page, know that it has nothing to do with the Cosmix theme. It's either because of the server timeout, or you might have imported a demo without activating Contact Form 7 or WooCommerce plugins in case your demo needed these plugins. In such cases, I recommend resetting your WordPress, perhaps with a WordPress reset plugin, or reinstall the whole site and start from the beginning. I also recommend trying again in an hour or two, just in case there is a lot of pressure on our servers. You can now click on the Next button in our tour guide. In this step, we are going to import the theme options. Go to the files that you have downloaded with the theme from ThemeForest. Go to Essential Imports. Go to the demo that you have just imported and open up the file named theme-options.txt with a text editor. Copy all the content inside this file and paste them here. Click on the Import Theme options. It might seem like nothing has happened here, but the options have been imported in your Theme Options panel. Now click on the Next button in our tour guide. In this step, we are going to assign our front page and our post page. To do that, click on the A Static Page Select Below option here, and from the first drop-down, select your front page. From the second drop-down, choose the page you want to assign as your blog posts page. Hit Save, and that's it. Click Next on our tour guide. In this step, we are going to assign our navigation menus. Since we have imported a demo content, we already have our menu items in place. And all we need to do is to define our menu locations. There are two methods for doing this. If you scroll down to the bottom of your page, you can see the available menu locations. And by selecting any of these options, you're actually assigning this menu to that location. The second method is by going to the Manage Locations tab, where you can see all the imported menus plus all the available locations, all in one place. And all you need to do is to assign each menu to its location. So let's go ahead and do that. This is the primary menu, and this menu is the Cosmix main navigation. This one says split menu left, and this one says split nav. And this one is the off-canvas menu location. So we're going to assign the off-canvas menu. Hit Save, and go back to the Edit Menus tab. Now, some of these menu items should be assigned as mega dropdowns. For example, in the primary menu location, the portfolio menu item is a mega dropdown. Due to a WordPress limitation, these mega menu options do not get imported with the demo content, and therefore you need to select them manually, which is very easy. Let's go back to our menu manager and find the portfolio item in the primary navigation. Click on this arrow to expand and select this option. Repeat this action for other mega dropdowns as well and save your changes. Once you're done with the navigation, click the Next button in our tour guide. Well done! Your website is ready and it looks just the way you want it.